Okay, so we just went over the agenda for today, and I'll make a change. After I review the Mumbai, I'll show you part of Mexico City, part of Mexico City, just a little bit. There is actually one section of that where there is scam baiting involved, but it's not so much baiting. It's more like a handshake agreement. Um, so here is the vocab. All right. Who remembers this word?
Yeah.
Give to scam is to what?
Right.
I think it's when somebody try to call you for no real call.
Mm-hmm. So the definition here, a dishonest scheme, or fraud. So somebody trying to cheat you to take your money. And the complication, the more nuanced concept, the baiting, B-A-I-T. Who could review that one? Go for it, Carmen.
Oh yeah, it's a person. It's a person who is trying to is to talk. Well, to that person talk with the scam is trying to make a waste their time to the scam. That's the scam baiting is the person who yes call back and those people making for fun or trying to I don't know, making waste the time the other people.
Perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So it's essentially pretending to fall for the scheme in order to waste the person's time and perhaps expose them, as we seen on this TV show, and we looked at interviews, and we'll see further with James Veitch, basically messing with the person. It's messing with the bad guy. And then I used the word overlap in the last class. Where they overlap, both involve this word, dishonesty. Both involve a little bit of deception, a little bit of lying. So if you're cheating someone, you're lying, you're dishonest. But if you're pretending to fall for it just to mess with them and waste their time, you're also being a little bit dishonest. And that's what makes this interesting. So that's the vocabulary to catch everybody up with. All right. Now, let's review what we learned with the Mumbai episode right there. So in Mumbai, he gets in a taxi and somebody hops in, pretends to be a tour guide, and messes with him. I'll turn the sound off. Messes with him, takes him to different places, tells him, we're not going to get you where you need to go unless you give us money. And then at the end, this is what happens. It turns out the guy who was the scammer is the one being tricked. He was baited.
There's no audio, teacher.
No song, teacher.
No audio.
Oh, well, let me fix that. Mhm. Okay,
They're the
everybody can hear now, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
teacher.
So right about this, the guy pretends, he says, you know, I want you to give me money. He pretends to cry and the guy's just had enough, had enough, had enough. And then the situation changes, a role reversal. All of a sudden, the guy who is doing the cheating looks like he's been the one who's been tricked the whole time.
I can see that. The taxi ride is endless. It's like nearly 2.5 hours.
which feels even longer when you're roasting in 40-degree heat inside a vehicle with no air conditioning. And then we reach a hotel in the middle of nowhere.
This is the Sumi Palace.
Yeah, but I asked for the Strand Hotel.
This is your hotel, sir.
It's obviously not my hotel.
Exactly. Your hotel,
Which
sir.
bit of that hotel says Strand Hotel?
That's the final straw. They haven't even brought me to my pre-booked hotel. My guess is that if I check into this one, then the travel agent gets a juicy commission. It's definitely a scam, and it's time for some straight talking.
Okay, listen, I haven't been completely honest with you. This is not my first time in India. I'm interested in what you're doing, because what you're doing is a scam. You're playing all the roles, working with other people. It's interesting.
Give me this.
No.
He's asking for an incredible $200 for the journey, and then something else gets his attention.
Give me money.
Huh?
Sir, what is this?
What's what? It's my coat.
Sir, you are cheating me.
How am I cheating
You
you?
are cheating me. I saw. You have hidden camera.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
filming
I
you.
saw.
Yeah.
No. This is recording camera.
Yeah.
You are cheating me.
I'm cheating you.
Yeah. You are cheating me.
You're cheating me. And I've filmed you cheating me. And now I just want you to explain it to me on camera how you
No, you
cheated
are cheating
me.
me.
We are filming you scamming me.
No, you are scamming me, sir. You have.
I'm filming your
No,
scam.
you have camera.
Now we know, so why not explain?
The travel agent realizes his whole scam has been caught on camera, but it still takes 15 minutes of hard persuasion to get him to talk to me.
Are you really a travel agent? Can you organise tours?
No, I'm not a travel agent.
No. So you knew the people that stopped us in the street?
So he essentially gets the guy to talk, but how did it work? Who can explain it in a few words? How did he bait the taxi driver? And perhaps somebody who wasn't here in the last class could maybe explain. So he pretends to fall for it. He pretends, and then right at the end, he turns it around and it gets the guy to open up and give an interview for his TV show. Who can explain how that worked?
They made an interchange.
Say that again, Caesar.
Oh, they make an interchange.
Interchange. What is
Yeah,
it? What do you
not
mean
to-
by interchange?
Not to make public what the guy was trying to scam. In exchange, they make an interview.
All right. Yes. So somewhere off the camera, there's an agreement. Listen, I videotaped your entire scam. I could go to the police with this, or you could give me an interview and I'll
Yes.
leave it alone. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so the verb bait, how did he bait the taxi driver? Anybody else besides Caesar? Go for it, Lunique.
Yeah. He trying to. Yeah. Mm. He tried to ask the taxi driver to observe something, and this time is scam the taxi driver. When when a taxi driver look at another thing, and it's trying to scam him.
Okay. So I'm gonna introduce everybody to, I'm gonna, well, remind everybody of the homework. In the homework, so there's one real world example. Here's the telephone example. And I asked the question, is she a hero or a villain? She wastes the time of people, people on the phone. Let's take a look at the next assignment. That will be, I'll give you time to finish in class today. So in 35 to 40 words, make an argument answering this question. In class, we learned about scam baiting. Is scam baiting ultimately a good thing for society, or does it cause more problems? Please write on the document attached and submit when you are finished. Now, in this instance of the telephone, you have this young lady finding these scammers on the phone and messing with them, just wasting their time.
English dictionary defines as the practice of pretending to fall for the fraudulent online or telephone schemes in order to waste the time of the perpetrators.
My mom actually fell victim to a pop-up scam with your bank or your
And will continue to waste scammers' time and resources as much as she can.
feels good at the end of the day to bring that sort of awareness and happiness and comedy to different people, even if it's just one. Is me, it's still worth it.
Will Gans, ABC News.
Now, this reporter says she's a hero.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
Scam baiting these.
Why is this bouncing here? Sorry.
Yeah, I said my answer.
Okay. So the other thing that she's not mentioning there is by scam baiting these people, she's preventing someone else from being scammed by keeping the scammer on the phone.
And reminder.
She's a hero.
So this guy says she's a hero. As long as she's wasting these people's time, she's a hero. And that goes back to this. So I haven't looked at anyone's, so Caesar, you have already turned this in, but I haven't taken the time to look at it. I want to open this up for discussion.
Okay.
Is it ultimately a good thing for society, or does it cause more problems? Going out, tricking the bad guys, wasting their time, perhaps exposing them. Is it a good thing for society, or does it cause more problems? Caesar, you can begin. What do you think?
I think it's a good thing in general.
Mm-hmm.
How to cause more problem? Why? Because they are doing something that they're not clear what the law can do.
So you're saying it does not cause more problems?
It doesn't not cause.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else? Carmen?
Can I
Go for it. Yeah,
read mine?
absolutely.
Okay.
Or you just give a summary of it. You don't have to read it word for word.
Oh, no, what I wrote in the, I don't know how to, okay. I will read something. It say for me, scam baiting can be a good source if this is working with the community to help people avoid falling for a scam. Otherwise, this person may just be wasting his time having fun, and if he does it for fun, it can be good for society. It can be good for society.
Okay. All right. So it's possibly good for society. That's a clear argument. Nice job, Carmen. All right.
Yeah,
Good
it
work.
can't be good for society.
Can't, cannot.
It can't.
Okay,
It can't be.
so your answer is, stop it, let the police do their job. Okay. Very nice. Contrasting with Caesar. Anybody else? Stephanie, Daniela?
Me, yeah.
Go for it, Daniela.
I think that is not good. It's not good for society. What is the pronunciation?
Society.
Society, because nobody wants to be a scam. I think that there always be a problem though to this scam. It's occur daily. Many of the scam occur on internet, or they can send you a message. They can say an email. They can send a link, and they can call you almost of the platforms. They can make you fall because this occur every day.
Well, I think you might be answering a different question. Take a look at this question. Is scam baiting ultimately a good thing for society? That's the question.
No.
You were saying scams.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused about your answer. Do you understand the difference between scamming and scam baiting?
Yes.
Okay, so what's scam baiting?
Scam baiting is when you fall, is when you fall with the people scam. That's my opinion.
You fall for the scam? You get cheated?
Yes.
No, that's not scam baiting.
No?
No, that's not scam baiting. Who could distinguish the two for Daniela?
Scam baiting is again the people who scam. They try to distract.
Keep going. This is what's happening. Everybody, when you realize that after you've explained in English, but the person you're communicating with needs more, don't stop. Keep going, Caesar.
Okay.
Because sometimes the attitude is like, I've used up enough English. You figure it out. Don't do that. Keep going until the person you're talking to understands you.
So Carmen and my other classmate, people who practice scam baiting try to distract the person who may scam. Not wasting their time. Scam baiting people avoid than the people who may scam commit fraud against other person.
So Daniela, could you explain what Caesar just said? Because that was a perfect distinction. Can you explain what Caesar just said? So I think we'll probably have to go review the vocabulary in breakout rooms. A good conversation is in order. Let's take a look. What I'm going to do now, Caesar, I know you wanted Mexico City. So I'm going to show you a very small fragment of the Mexico City episode, but it doesn't include baiting. It was more just like an open agreement. He didn't trick anybody with this. Well, actually, there was one part of the Mexico City episode where he kind of baited somebody, but not enough. The people who talked to him were pretty much open, and a lot of the other people who he talked to refused to admit what they were doing. Here's the closest thing to baiting that he came across. So he's looking for. So he goes to this place in Mexico, the Shrine of Santa Muerte, the Saint of Death, and then he befriends this guy who can help him find people who commit a lot of scams. And he kind of walks around the neighborhood, and he's got sort of a protector. This guy in the yellow shirt, he's saying, you know, follow me, you'll be okay. And then when people realize who he's talking to, oh, come on. Some people start to open up, but there's not a lot of baiting. But there's not a lot of trickery involved. They just decide in casual conversation to tell him how it works. So people have seen these before, right?
No, not yet.
People have seen these. These before? Fake cologne, fake perfume. Everybody's probably seen that.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yes.
So does anybody know how it works? How people sell and produce fake perfume?
Yeah. I went to the Stop and Shop once,
Mhm.
one time, and it was
Yeah.
a guy in the parking lot, and he came to see me, and he talked to me and say, "Oh, I'm selling this perfume, and I have this package for on sales, and this is this brand," and it started telling me like the expensive one brands, but
Mhm.
he was giving me for less money for like
Right,
the whole package.
right.
And I say, no, I'm not interested.
Mhm. Well,
But
do you
I
know
know.
how it works? How the whole operation of selling a fake perfume or cologne works?
No.
Okay, so this is this isn't really baiting, it's just good research. So he makes a friend with this guy. They just start talking. And he shows him around his neighborhood. And then he runs into a vendor who's selling obviously very fake stuff. And he says, well, how do you do it? How does it work? And the guy just decides, you know what, I'll show you. There wasn't so much baiting. It was more just it was more this like making conversation with the locals. And then he actually decides, you know what, I'm going to tell you how it works. And then eventually this one guy keeps looking over his shoulder, and he's the outsider. He's this foreigner wandering around. So some actual bad guys are probably not happy about this, but you'll see how it works. It just opens up in conversation how the perfume scam works. So here it is, but this is not baiting. It's just kind of voluntary. It was a voluntary interview. So that's why I chose not to use this whole episode.
Okay.
But I'll show it to you here.
This is counterfeit, right?
Maybe, yeah.
It's falso.
Maybe.
Yeah?
It's possible.
Who makes it? You buy it or you make it? Which?
Yeah, he's...
Oh, come on. He says you buy it or you make it, and then the guy just decides, tell him.
Yeah, he say, I'm buy it and I make it.
You buy it and you make it. Where do you make it? Near here, in Tepito? You make it in Tepito? I can see. You can see.
¿Que se puede ver? Yeah.
There's no doubt that I'm only being allowed to see this because I'm with Jaime. Even so, it's clearly still risky.
Okay, it's okay. We do it. We can do it here.
Sí. Lo más rápido que puedas. Aunque no...
Where do you get the bottle from?
La sacamos en el tianguis. En los tianguis venden botellas vacías. Con eso cambia la esencia.
If you made one with a different brand, so you did, I don't know, Calvin Klein or Carolina Herrera, or would you put the same,
Cualquier marca te la venden.
the same, just in a different bottle? Yeah.
Sí.
And so how much do all the little bits together cost you to buy?
La botella sale en 80 pesos. La esencia 40. Es todo. 120 pesos.
How many would you sell in a week?
300 piezas. Cuesta $500 en un almacén.
That's good money.
Sí.
Just as the demonstration is coming to an end, Jaime's mood suddenly changes.
Es que ya muchos guardaron los tres. Pero, ya Juan, porque le estamos dejando la bronca a este cabrón.
Jaime wants us out. He's decided the tour is over and we leave while they go.
So that was the Mexico City episode. It's a very interesting one. You can watch it on your own, or perhaps maybe if maybe another time. But that wouldn't be baiting because it was pretty voluntary. The guy just kind of said,
yeah, very collaborative.
Yeah, it was just a casual conversation. He was just like, okay, fine, I'll tell you exactly what I do. It was not as much as there was not so much baiting involved in that one.
Yeah,
but
he was acting against his own business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a lot more. I don't know how to say it. It was just like a casual conversation. It was just they just opened up to him naturally. They just kind of wanted to talk for whatever reason. So that episode didn't involve so much baiting. That's why I was planning on showing the whole thing, but I realized, oh, this doesn't quite fit the lesson. What does fit the lesson is this lecture. And we're gonna discuss, we started this for the first 1 minute of it. This guy, James Veach, replies to phishing emails. That was the third vocabulary word. Who remembers what this is? Phishing emails. Who remembers that vocab word?
Is when some people, for example, send email, something like that, is not real too.
Yeah. So I might send you an email and I'll copy the Best Buy logo and I'll say, your account has been compromised. Please send me your date of birth, social security number, and your account number. And maybe 1 in 1,000 people will say, oh, sure, here you go. And then I can do whatever I want to take money from that person. So most people will delete one of these emails. He actually replies to them and spends a lot of time and energy just messing with people, just wasting their time. He's one of the more famous scam baiters out there. And he does it for purposes of comedy and entertainment, which is perfect for our discussion. So after we play this, we'll take a break. It's about 10 minutes long. We'll have enough time for a break. And in smaller conversations, we'll go, I'll put you into 3 groups and you'll discuss these 3 questions, 1 question per group. First one, what does he mean when he says the game was afoot? Actually, I'll just use these 2 questions. I'll just use this question. Well, actually, I'll just tell you what this means. It means the game begins. We'll just do these 2 questions. I'll call this 1 and call this 2. How does scam baiting begin to take over his life? He makes a joke about it, but he actually becomes so involved with messing with the lives of these bad guys that it's interfering with everything in his own life. And then this question, how does he rationalize what he does? At the end, he says, what I'm doing is not mean, I'm just wasting their time. That's called rationalizing it. The way, I think it was Carmen, you said scam baiting is not good for society.
Yeah.
Right. So Carmen says it's not a good thing for society. Dedicating all your free time to messing with these people is not a good use of your time. That's Carmen's argument.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Caesar, you argued, yes, this is a good thing. You're doing a good thing for society. So James, this guy who does the scam baiting, he rationalizes what he does. Why in the world would you just waste a stranger's time like this? So we'll look at these two questions for discussion. So here we go. I'll start it from the beginning. And I'll use full screen.
A few years ago, I got one of those spam emails. And it managed to get through my spam filter. I'm not quite sure how, but it's turned up in my inbox, and it was from a guy called Solomon Odonka. I know. It went like this. It said, hello, James Veach. I have an interesting business proposal I want to share with you, Solomon. Now, my hand was kind of hovering on the delete button. Right? As you are, I was looking at my phone. I thought, I could just delete this. Or I could do what I think we've all always wanted to do. And I said, Solomon, your email intrigues me. And the game was afoot. He said, Dear James Veach, we shall be shipping gold to you. You will earn 10% of any gold you distribute. So I knew I was dealing with a professional. I said, how much is it worth? He said, we will start with a smaller quantity. I was like, ah. And then he said, of 25 kilograms. The worth should be about 2.5 million. I said, Solomon, if we're going to do it, let's go big. I can handle it. How much gold do you have? He said, it's not a matter of how much gold. How much is you're capable of handling? What? We can start with 50 kilograms as a trial shipment. I said, 50 kilograms? There's no point doing this at all unless you're shipping at least a metric ton. So what do you do for a living? I said, I'm a hedge fund executive bank manager. This isn't the first time I've shipped bullion, my friend. No, no, no. Then I started to panic. I was like, now look, where are you based? I don't know about you, but I think we're going via the postal service. It ought to be signed for. Right, that's a lot of gold. He said, it will not be easy to convince my company to do a larger quantity shipment. And I said, Solomon, I'm completely with you on this one. I'm putting together a visual for you to take into the board meeting. Hold tight. This is what I sent Solomon. I don't know if we have any statisticians in the house, but there's definitely something going on.
So I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to, I don't see any facial expressions on anyone's facial expression. So I need to get a reaction from everybody else. Who can explain to me what he's doing?
He was scam baiting.
He is.
And
good.
he was scam baiting about the message he get on the email. But he's making fun. He make comedy about
Exactly.
this.
Exactly.
He made with that purpose comedy.
Right. Now, Daniela, do you understand the scam baiting here?
Yes.
So it's essentially wasting a stranger's time, pretending to go along with it.
In the house, but there's definitely something going on. I said, Solomon, attach this email, you'll find a helpful chart. I've had one of my assistants run the numbers. We need to be shipping as much gold as possible. There's always a moment where they try to tug your heartstrings, and this was it for Solomon. He said, I will be so much happy if the deal goes well, because I'm going to get a very good commission as well. And I said, that's amazing. What are you going to spend your cut on?
All right, now I'm going to put a word into, in order to understand the comedy, I'm going to put a word into the WhatsApp group, and I want to make sure, and I'll continue when everybody understands what word this is. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, I'm taking a screenshot, not a word, a screenshot. Okay. So everybody take a look at your phones right now.
Do you say WhatsApp group? Oh, now.
Yep, there it is. Okay, who can tell me what this is?
That is
There's a word for it. Yes. Okay. Does everybody? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Now,
so delicious.
Everybody sees this, right?
What is that? Say that again.
So everybody look at your phone. This is called, it's a dip. You dip crackers or carrots.
Dip.
And okay, Clutie gets it. Okay. So here's the next part of what he says. Okay. So this guy says, what are you going to spend your, so he says,
Tortilla?
What's that?
Tortilla?
No.
No,
You know, you could, yeah, you could dip a tortilla in hummus.
yeah,
it's similar to
you
like
can dip it
refried
with
beans or
tortilla.
something. You could dip it, sure, why not? Why not? Yeah, you could dip whatever you want in there, sure. You could dip your shoe in there, but yeah, but it's a dip. It's made from chickpeas, yogurt, and other things, lemon juice. It's tasty, that's all it is. It's a snack. So why did I show you a picture of hummus? You'll see.
The kids love with celeries and carrots.
Exactly. So I wanted to make sure everybody understands what is hummus. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Deal goes well, because I'm going to get a very good commission as well. And I said, that's amazing. What are you going to spend your cut on? And he said, on real estate. What about you? I thought about it for a long time. And I said one word. Hummus.
That's funny.
It's going place. I was in Sainsbury's the other day, and there are like 30 different varieties. Also, you can cut up carrots, and you can dip them. Have you ever done that, Solomon? He said, I have to go to bed now. Till tomorrow. Have sweet dream. I didn't know what to say. I said, bonsoir, my golden nugget. Bonsoir. Guys, you have to understand, this has been going for like weeks, albeit hitherto the greatest weeks of my life, but I had to knock it on the head. It was getting a bit out of hand. Friends were saying to me, James, do you want to come out for a drink? I was like, I can't, mate. I'm expecting an email about some gold. You know?
So this is one of the questions. He's actually dedicated a long time to interacting with this random person and messing with them and just saying completely absurd things. And his friends are like, you want to go hang out with us? And he's like, no, I'm waiting for an email from this guy about gold.
This weeks of my life, but I had to knock it on the head. It was getting a bit out of hand. Friends were saying to me, James, do you want to come out for a drink? I was like, I can't, mate. I'm expecting an email about some gold. You know? So I figured I had to knock it on the head. I had to take it to a ridiculous conclusion. So I thought I concocted a plan. I said, look, Solomon, I'm concerned about security. When we email each other, we need to use a code. And he agreed. And I said, Solomon, I spent all night coming up with this code. We need to use it in all further correspondence. Lawyer. Gummy bear. Bank, cream egg. Legal, fizzy cola bottle, claim peanut M&Ms, documents, jelly beans, Western Union. Guys, a giant gummy lizard. I knew these were all words they use, right? I said, please call me Kit Kat in all further correspondence. I didn't hear back. I thought, I've gone too far. I've gone too far. So I had to backpedal a little bit. I said, look, Solomon, is the deal still on? Kit Kat. Because you have to be consistent. Then I did get an email back from him. He said, the business is on, I'm trying, blah, 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 blah. I said, dude, you have to use the code. What followed is the greatest email I've ever received. I'm not joking. This is what turned up in my inbox. This was a good day. The business is on. And I'm trying to raise the balance for the gummy bear. So he can submit all the needed fizzy cola bottle jelly beans to the cream egg for the peanut M&Ms process to start. Send £1,500 via a giant gummy lizard. And that was so much fun, right? That it got me thinking, like, what would happen if I just spent as much time as I could replying to as many scam emails as I could? And that's what I've been doing for 3 years on your behalf. Yeah.
So this is where he rationalizes this obsessive hobby he has.
Let me tell you, crazy stuff happens when you start replying to scam emails. It's really difficult, and I highly recommend we do it. I don't think what I'm doing is mean, right? You know, there are a lot of people out there who do mean things to scammers. I don't think what I'm doing, all I think I can do all I'm doing is wasting their time. Right? And I think any time they're spending with me is time they're not spending scamming vulnerable adults out of their savings, right? If you're going to do this, and I highly recommend you do, get yourself a pseudonymous email address. Don't use your own email address, because that's exactly what I was doing at the start, and it was a nightmare. Because, you know, I'd wake up in the morning.
So essentially, he's encouraging everybody in the audience, do this, it's fun, and it's a good thing, and the world will be a better place. It's what's called in public speaking, the call to action. So it basically, if he's saying organically, he makes this call to action saying, if everybody starts messing with scammers, the world will be a better place. So that's his call to action. And he says, you know, create a separate email account just to mess with scammers and dedicate your free time to doing this. That's James Veitch's rallying cry.
Like 1,000 emails about penis.
And then he, there's a few more he shows, but I'll stop right there to open it up for discussion. So here it is. When he says, and the game was afoot, he meant the game begins. All it is a game for him. It's just entertainment, foolishness, free time. It's fun, of course, it's really funny. But it's a lot of time to dedicate to this. Then he does recognize that it's actually taking over his life. He is obsessing over this. So for the first group, how does scam baiting begin to take over his life? The second group, how does he rationalize what he does? Rationalize meaning make the argument that it's a good thing, it's okay. So I'll make 2 breakout rooms. This one for the first breakout room, this one for the second breakout room. If you're in breakout room 1, how does scam baiting begin to take over James's life? Breakout room number 2, how does James rationalize what he does? So there we are. Let's go into breakout rooms right now. Perfect. Exactly. Even number of people in the breakout rooms. Okay, great. And you could join your breakout room. Hello. Okay, Allison, are you still in class? Mhm. 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 Okay, we divided up the class into two groups. I'll actually identify who those are right now. So that was yes, Carmen, Daniela, and Stephanie had this question right here. How does scam baiting begin to take over James's life? Carla, Daniela, and Stephanie. Please tell us everything. When I jumped into your breakout room, it sounded like a lot of good conversation was happening. Tell us everything, Carla, Daniela, Stephanie.
Can I start?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Carmen. I don't know why I said Carla. That's not your name. I'm so sorry. There is no Carla here in class. Carmen. I invented a student that's not there. I have an imaginary student. There is no such person in this classroom. Sorry about that.
Okay. How we was talking about the scam baiting taking over James' life. We were saying like he started when he started replying the messages to the scam was sending emails to him, and he just started like that, replying message. But to do this, we think he has to practice to see what phrases has to use, how he has to reply, and he takes time to do all these things. And maybe he was doing like every day when he was having a free time, every day, until he felt ready to get those entertainment program he has, like he was doing right now. making videos, funny videos,
Mhm.
and all this stuff. But I was saying something like it takes a lot of time to do all this stuff,
Yes, it does.
and maybe he has to write all the things he has to say, and he has to read and write. So it takes a lot of time. And I was saying like, well, for me, time is very expensive.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
right.
won't do that.
Time is not
But
only money, time is expensive. I like that, Carmen.
yeah,
My time
so
is expensive. I like that.
yeah, it's very expensive. So maybe I don't know how this works, if he's making money out of these videos, but other way, if he's not making money, maybe he has enough money to live, because how you handle your life with no money and making fun videos all every day, all your free time. Yeah,
That's good.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Perfect. Stephanie, Daniela, anything to add to what Carmen was thinking?
I think Carmen explained everything.
No, nothing to add at all. Well, what about he
Thank you,
mentioned
Carmen.
his social life. What about his social life? Well, Carmen talked more about herself in comparing, like, this guy's got to be rehearsing. I couldn't do that because my time is more valuable. What
Yeah.
about his social life, his interactions with other people? He's obsessing over.
Yeah, because they start like a funny moment, because they replace the messenger with food, but the scammer don't care about what he say. They try to scammer his, sorry.
I'm not sure who you're talking about now. You're just saying him. James and the scammer?
Yeah.
Who's doing what?
The scammer.
Okay, so the scammer is trying to trick James. Got it. Okay.
Yes. And they don't care what they write on the email. They continue to follow what he says.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I realize we do have a name for this guy. He calls himself Solomon.
Oh yeah, Solomon. Sorry.
So this guy, yeah, I just realized we could distinguish it. So Solomon is following along. He's playing along.
Yeah.
No matter how ridiculous it gets.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets absolutely insane. And then right about here, he says, here it is.
Guys, you have to understand, this has been going for like weeks, albeit hitherto the greatest weeks of my life, but I had to knock it on the head. It was getting a bit out of hand. Friends were saying to me, James, do you want to come out for a drink? I was like, I can't, mate. I'm expecting an email about some gold. You know?
So he's saying, nope, I got to stay home and stare at my computer until this guy sends me a ridiculous message back.
It's not social life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they put the bank account is yelling about like when they ask about personal information, they put in everything a name of food. And they repeat the messenger like, what's stupid? But what's funny?
Yeah. Nice. What about let's move on to the second breakout room, and that was Lunique, Clutis, and Scissor. How does James rationalize what he does?
Teacher, for
Go for it, Clutis. Yeah.
For my opinion, he tried to explain for the other people what are the people doing when they have the situation about the receipt, any call or or any email, what is the people doing?
Mm-hmm. Say that one more time.
For my opinion, in the number 2, he tried to explain for everybody how the people doing for the situation. For example, when they receive the call or any email. This is my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's not that is what he does, but it's not exactly answering the question. He actually tells people, if you want to do this, this is how you do it. That's true, but that's not answering the question. The question is, how does he rationalize what he does?
Very he relationalist is the
Well,
pronunciation.
yeah, who could identify what is the word rational?
The argument, the
Well,
explanation.
rational means like sensible, understandable.
Yeah.
He makes it okay.
The reason why.
Yeah, he explains why he does what he does to rationalize something. Because think about it, is this what you would call healthy behavior? I'm asking everybody, spending all of your free time answering spam emails and wasting strangers' time. Do you think this is a healthy habit?
No.
No.
I'm just asking your opinions. I mean, because he knows this is, let's just call this, I'm going to use a word, let's just say this is very eccentric behavior. It's extremely funny. This is very eccentric behavior. What in the world is this guy doing? Does he not have a hobby? You know, read a book, join a gym, do something else with your time. Young James, come on, you're a talented writer and
learn
performer.
another language.
There you go. But I mean, but at the same, that's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Like, my goodness, you spent so much time doing this, but I like him, to be honest. I really like him. I think he's funny. But at the same time,
Well,
I
the
think,
videos are very funny.
yeah, he's really funny. I like the guy, but I think, dude, you've taken it like you're over the edge. What's going on with your life? Do something else. I don't know. Use your talent, write a script, make a movie or something. I don't know. But it's funny. And I've seen some of his other work, which is also very funny. I really like this guy, but at the same time, I think this is eccentric behavior, but it's, it's his life. Who am I to judge, right? But that's why I want to open this up for conversation. So rationalize means he makes it rational. It's not healthy to sit home all day waiting for weird emails from bad guys who are trying to take your money just to mess with them. But that's exactly what he does. And he says, I'm doing a good thing for society. What? Well, okay, give me your argument. And I think Caesar has given that argument very well. Caesar argues that it is a good thing what these guys are doing.
Maybe he start working less if the audience paying attention to him, because he invite the audience to do the same that he does.
Well, Caesar or Lunik or Clutis, try to answer the question. How does he rationalize what he does? How does he make this really strange behavior that he's exhibiting? Okay, go for it.
For me, he trying to help the people to understand how to rationalize
yes
the behavior about the scam biting. You have to be vigilant.
Yes.
When you receive a scam call, it's important for you to continue the conversation and to give the information about you, about your account. It's important to keep the information for you.
Not give away information.
Yes.
Be mindful, be conscious of what's
Exactly.
happening. Okay. I think so. Lunique and Caesar, you two are definitely on the same team.
Yeah, the same boat.
You're definitely supporters of this movement of scam baiting, wasting the time of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Carmen would be on the other side saying, you know what, this is too much, do something else with your life. But this is, thank you, but move on. This is his rationalization is the call to action from the audience, which is what Clutis was talking about, but that wasn't. Clutis, did you know what I mean when I say you weren't quite answering the question?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. So you were explaining something else that he said, but it wasn't quite how he rationalized what he did. So I'll play this part right here. This is how he rationalizes what he does.
And that was so much fun, right? That it got me thinking, like, what would happen if I just spent as much time as I could replying to as many scam emails as I could? And that's what I've been doing for 3 years on your behalf.
And he gets a laugh when he points at the audience. I've been doing this for 3 years.
On your behalf.
On your behalf. He's saying, you're welcome, everybody. Like,
no, he's saying, I'm working for you.
Exactly. He's saying, I'm doing this for the people. He's like, I'm the people's hero.
Yeah.
And they agree. The audience likes him so much. They're like, oh, thank you, James.
Let me tell you, crazy stuff happens when you start replying to scam emails. It's really difficult, and I highly recommend we do. I don't think what I'm doing is mean, right? There are a lot of people out there who do mean things to scammers. I don't think what I'm doing. All I think I can do all I'm doing is wasting their time.
That's what he says. He says, I'm not doing, because one argument against this is, okay, so you get this email from somebody somewhere in the world. This guy's Solomon, if that's his real name. We don't know this guy's story. Why is this guy trying to take money from other people? Well, I don't know. What's that guy's life? Who knows? Who cares? But wasting their time. One argument is it's a little bit mean. Just delete the email, leave it alone. Say, leave me alone. Thank you, but no thank you. Goodbye. And he says, it's not mean. I'm wasting their time, because if they're spending time with me, they're not spending time with somebody else. And that's essentially the movement. Just waste their time so that other people don't get cheated.
Yeah, he's sacrificing his own time on behalf of other people.
Exactly.
Scammers, I don't out there who do mean things to scammers. I don't think what I'm doing. All I think I can do all I'm doing is wasting their time. Right? And I think any time they're spending with me is time they're not spending scamming vulnerable adults out of their savings. Right?
So that's essentially the argument. And that argument right there goes to the question for the homework. The homework is scam baiting ultimately good for society, or does it cause more problems? Some of you have already started to write this, but there it is. That's the question I put on the homework. Is scam baiting ultimately a good thing for society, or does it cause more problems? Carmen makes the argument, no, it's not good for society. Caesar and Lunique argue, yes, it is a good thing for society. Whichever way you make your argument, just make it clear in a very short paragraph. And we can look at that tomorrow in person. Also a reminder, my classes, oh, Daniela, wonderful. Okay, I'm putting you as a yes. Okay, thank you, Daniela. Okay. All right, so I want to try to get a, just so I can plan appropriately for the in-person class on Monday, and then following that, an in-person class on Wednesday. Michael is still online, so for those who cannot come in person, Michael is there for you. Just let me know right here. So yeah, Michael remains online. I will be in person. Any questions about this?
Teacher, can you see my homework, my my answer of the question? Because I press what's the phrase I had to press?
Sure, I
But
haven't looked at those thoroughly yet because that's not due till next week.
oh, okay,
But
okay.
but yeah, I will take a look at it ahead of time if you like.
No, because I'm not sure if I put on the right place.
It's okay. It's okay. And you know what, everybody, for the in-person classes, that will actually come in handy. We have a bunch of laptops in the room. Anybody who's having issues with Google Classroom, I'll be right there to help you work it out. Caesar, you and I will fix all those Google Classroom issues together. But the following week, I know you're out of town next week.
Yeah, also I can hear them, the recording class.
Well, I won't be able to record the whole class in person. I mean, I'll probably figure out a way to do some type of
That could be
in person,
difficult, yes.
because that's the benefit of this online format, is we can record from start to finish.
Okay.
I'll make some aspect of the class recorded. Just the most important part, I'll find a way to share. You know me, I'll find a way. But quickly, Lunique, you cannot come in person, right?
I can't.
Can't. That's why I just wanted to confirm. So Lunique, no. Caesar, not next week, but the week after.
Yeah.
Daniela,
there.
thank you. And Daniela says, oh wait, Daniela, I thought you had an appointment, so you will be in class?
No, Stephanie, teacher.
Oh, Stephanie has an appointment. Stephanie, I'm sorry. It was
For
Stephanie who has
next
an appointment.
week, I can go in person too. We'll go in person.
So you will be there or will not be there?
No, with there next week.
Not, okay, you said can, I feel like it can't.
Yeah,
You
because I don't have
cannot.
daycare. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I cannot for the next week because I don't have daycare.
Gotcha,
Next week.
gotcha. All right.
Teacher,
Quick
is a
questions.
daycare there? No, or no?
No, no.
I know we made that question one time. But
Right. So Carmen, are you a yes or no for next
yes,
week?
I'm writing my
Okay. Carmen.
I'm writing
answer.
two, teacher, on there.
Okay, great,
I'm
great, great.
writing my answer.
So Carmen is a yes, Daniela is a yes.
The Monday, yes, but a Wednesday, I'm not gonna be
Gotcha,
able to.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Okay. That's Narcissa. I'll actually tell her I'll call her right back. Call you right back. Okay. Yep. Okay, so okay, here we go. Very good, everybody. So Clutis, yes. So Clutis, so I will see Clutis, Daniela, Carmen. Johan has a work conflict. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's what I want to get to. I want to have a sense of how many people are there, because I will be arranging the room and planning the lesson differently if I have 6 people in the room versus having 25 people in the room. I will prepare different things. Yes.
And maybe the first snack will is sponsored for a teacher.
Say it again.
Maybe the first snack is good to assign to the teacher.
The first snack, did you say?
A snack? Yeah, Dorito.
Okay. Bring some snacks.
If we can bring a snack.
Okay, yeah, sure. We all get hungry. Yeah, there we go.
Teacher, it's the same time, right?
Oh, yeah, same time, 10 a.m. Yep.
Thank
10
you.
a.m. Yep. All right, everybody. So let's see what time it is now. Yes, we're just about there. I'll show everybody a little bit of the Oh, well, you know what? We won't. I'll give everybody this time to start their writing. And you know what? I will actually, I'll put everyone back in breakout rooms. You could start your writing, and I'll take a look at Carmen's and Caesar's. I'll get it, since you did your work early. I'll use this time to give you some feedback right now. Sound good?
I just want to know. I just want to know if I put my answer in there or no.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, you could.
You did it. I see your argument.
Thank you. Okay.
And then there you go. So
Bye.
all you gotta do is just do your spell check. Let
Oh, I did it again.
it was a typo. You had held down the key too long. No problem. No problem. And then, yep.
I have my homework, but it's just on my notebook.
Mm-hmm.
I have to.
Well, you know,
transfer.
yeah, I mean, if typing it out is a problem, what you can do, Lunique, it's quite easy. You can just take the notebook and then just attach the picture on your phone and attach it to the assignment in Google Classroom, and then I could read it. That's easy.
Okay, teacher.
That's not a problem at all. Yes. And all right, so yes, everybody, I'll put you back in breakout rooms. Take your time writing your answer, and I will give some quick feedback to Carmen and Caesar, and you can take your time and further discuss, help each other out, all that good stuff. Okay, here we go. I'll recreate. Recreate breakout rooms. There we go. Okay.